are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What? At Tanagra, when the walls fell. This is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason.
Yeah.
We're in the Tottenham Hotspur. What do they chant? What's the chant?
When the Saints.
When the Saints go marching in. The song gets slower the longer the game goes, because the more inebriated they are.
Yeah, it starts off fast.
It starts off fast. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Everybody's dancing.
And by the end, they're about 12 pints in. Oh, when the Saints.
You said pints?
Saints. The Saints.
They drink pints.
What's a pint?
A pint. Mm-hmm. It comes in pints. We also have Harrison here and technical problems.
Just listen. We had a light break. I know
this is an important show.
Listen. This is not cheap.
No, that's not cheap. It fell today. Okay, so Jason. So if you don't know, the show is recorded in it's not my basement. It's the second floor of the building that I live in, but it's downstairs from where I live. And today I was doing some house cleaning and I heard a crash. And I was searching, could not figure out where it was. Jason comes here, goes downstairs and says, hey, the light fell. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
We might have mice or something that knocked it over. But either way, let's continue the introductions. Harrison's here. He's doing the tech stuff. Preston is gone. His son is not feeling well tonight. He had to go get him some Tylenol to counteract, not interact.
What
but
parent
counteract.
doesn't have Tylenol? That's a horrible parent.
Well, so this is hard for you to realize because you over-medicated your kids.
Yes.
So, you gave them NyQuil so early.
And melatonin and Benadryl.
I mean, you would just load them
shot of
up.
whiskey.
Friend of the show, not friend of the show, but we're going to call him friend of the show, Tim Earnhardt, once drove from Tulsa to Billings, and he had two toddlers that he got a prescription to give them. I don't know. It was like
sleeping drugs.
It was like narcotics, basically. He was like, it took us 22 hours. They slept the whole way. He's like, they were
funny.
out. We had to shake them awake.
That's funny.
So that's the kind of parent that you are.
Yeah.
So the thought that a parent wouldn't have readily available drugs to just pump into their children.
I pump my drugs.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And you, but that's the way, you do it for yourself too. So you're a drug taker. You're a druggie.
The legal kind.
Legally.
OTC, I like to call it. Over the counter.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Anyway, Jesse's here.
I'm here.
His kids may or not be. He doesn't know.
They do whatever they want.
Yeah, they do what they want. They're wild children. But
I think they're running around in the fields around my house right now. It's just
for real. They could be right.
For real. I mean, there have been times where I've like, why are you off of our property in the field?
Yeah, they come back covered in mud.
Yeah,
it's like Lord of the Flies over there. Yeah. So I'm here too. I'm all out of sorts. My wife has been out of town for a week and a half, and it's just
you've been ordering takeout every night.
I've been ordering takeout. She does the laundry, so I've been doing the laundry, but then I've just been piling it on the bed. It's just all I forgot to wear a hat. That's just got nothing to do with her. I always wear a hat because I'm bald. Yeah, and so bald people wear hats. But Erica says, she's like, I like you bald. You have a nice head.
No.
She's like, it's just, some people can't pull it off, but I like it when you're bald. I'm like, no, you don't. And she's like, no, I do. And I was like, here's how I know you don't. Because every time a hair club commercial comes on TV, she's like, you think that works? I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, I just wonder. I don't know. Do you think it works? I'm like, what? Because you think I should? No, not you. I think you're fine. But aren't you curious, though? I don't know. So that's how I know.
That's still one of my all-time favorite pranks is I've done this to multiple people, the hair club for men.
Yeah.
I call as someone else and get the package sent to their house.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic
It's a
It's a
really
good laugh.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
We have a good time. So yeah, and I don't like being bald, but I am, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that I'm bald. Do you know what the number one time I forget that I'm bald
Summer.
is in the pool?
Yeah.
Because I when I get in the pool, I still instinctually when I get when my head comes out of the water, I still do that and like flip it back. I have these new earbuds that go over my ears like that, and I like it because it reminds me of having hair because I go like this.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful feeling. Like, oh, yeah, that's nice. I remember that motion. That was a thing.
If you grow your beard long enough, you
Yeah,
could.
that would be nice. That would be nice. Anyway, Erica's out of town, and so I'm doing everything. But it made me realize, too, there's some things that Erica does not realize. There are some things, like I think the difference between men and women, there are many differences.
Okay, Matt Walsh.
Let's just get into it.
Okay, Matt
Let's get
Walsh.
into it. The differences between men and women, I think, is women, yeah, they do a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot that they're doing. But
They give birth.
But they make you very aware of it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I birthed your children. That wasn't easy.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I did the dishes today, and I,
Wait, how would they say that?
What?
I did the dishes today.
You know what?
What did you do today, Dan?
That's a great impression of my wife. Thank you for that. And I know she loves that.
I went to the store. I did the
Right.
laundry.
And they're just always telling you all that. You're like, yes, you do more than me. Right? Like, I understand.
You know.
Like,
Yeah.
I am a child and you're an adult. And I need you to be an adult because I'm not going to be one. Right? And she's gone for a week and a half and everything's gone to crap. I'm afraid to open my mail. Like I don't even open my mail. I have a stack of unopened mail because I'm like, if I open up, I'll lose it. Like
Yeah.
I'll lose it.
Like, I don't know what that is. Yeah.
But I do know. Here's what I do know. There are lots of things that men do that women they'll never know because we don't need the credit for it.
Absolutely.
You know, like I don't need to make a big deal about it.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
For instance, Jesse, you probably know this situation. There's is
it a power washer?
There's a spot on the toilet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a little poop spot on the toilet.
Smear.
And you're peeing.
Smudge.
So what are you gonna do?
You're going to blast that poop spot until it's gone.
I call it peer washing. It's
Peer washing.
It's power washing. You know. And
What? Say it again. What is it?
Peer washing.
Peter washing?
Peer.
Peer. I'm sorry. I think it said Peter
Instead
washing.
of power, that would work too, I guess. So there are some.
Let's not think about
Check it
that
out.
too much.
Kinda.
Anyway, but do you think any women in the world know
No.
that we're keeping the toilets clean?
No.
With our high pressure urine?
If I can't wash it clean,
It's one of the most dejecting feelings, like just walking away.
Completely emasculating.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
might as
You know
well
what you
sit to
do?
pee if I'm not.
you got to
gonna
start
wash it
drinking
all
more
off.
water.
I'm just
because
and
I got to come
and
back.
and I get ready. I'm just like okay, I like hype myself up.
you
I
ever
listen to
just
a lot
like
of
wait
rocky
and let
music.
it build up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and you know what? We do this for them, but we don't need them to know.
No.
Yeah.
we don't. I don't need to make a big deal.
We don't
about
brag
it.
about it. I mean, have her live stream that? Yeah,
I-
I've live streamed that.
Sure,
I've
Yeah.
live streamed
I've
it.
not shared it with her.
But do you
Why-
honestly think that women
Why
have
I'm not
any
allowed on
idea?
Facebook?
it's why I've been kicked off of multiple platforms.
Every social media banned.
Jesse
'Cause
makes
my-
a big deal. Jesse's like, it's my political. No, it's not your political stance.
It's because you didn't pee and wash.
The political stance.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
You know what else we do?
What do we do?
Sometimes spray a little bit on the toilet seat, and we leave it there because we know it hasn't been washed, and that's what prompts our wives to wash it.
Oh, sure.
If not for
That's
us,
a
that
public
toilet would be a
service.
mess all the time.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I wipe my own pee off the seat
Why?
because in an emergency, if you got to go and sit, I'm not sitting on my own pee.
Why? It's your pee.
It's gross.
Are you a top toilet seat down? You put the whole thing down, or do you leave it up?
Okay, so this was a debate when we first got married and started having kids.
Okay.
Because I always just left it up,
Sure.
right?
Cover and
Yeah, I mean, I just pick it up and
Both
I
of 'em.
do my thing.
Okay.
And I just leave. And then we had Estelle, who is learning to go to the potty. I mean, she's 19, 20 years old now. I hope, hopefully she
learning.
figured it out. But when she was little, there was once or twice she tried to sit on without the seat. Boop. Right. That's not good.
no, it's not good.
So I had to start putting it down, right? And then I would get in trouble for not putting it down. So I'm like, listen, if I have to have an extra motion, I'm going to put them both down
Yeah.
to cause you to have a motion to pick it
Sure.
back up. That's
Yeah.
only fair.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm pretty good at a toilet seat down guy. I mean, I got lots
I kind of wish it was a foot pedal.
I love a foot pedal.
Listen, if there's like a left foot pedal that lifted up the lid and a right foot pedal
can we
that
just
lifted
say
up the seat.
that all of this could be fixed if my wife would just let me get a urinal?
Yep.
I've asked for years for this. I don't think it's expensive or difficult.
No.
I think it's
It's
very
just a
easy
drain,
to do.
right?
I desperately want a urinal in my personal toilet room, but she won't let it happen. It doesn't even have to be in the bathroom. It could be in a closet somewhere.
I would love a urinal in my
I
bedroom.
love a urinal. I would love a urinal
Yeah.
just right off of my bed. Just, just pop up, take care of it. Anyway, what were we going to say? Oh, the toilet seat.
Yeah.
When I threw out my back a couple weeks ago, I couldn't bend over. Like, it was
Yeah.
pain to bend over. So I wasn't putting the toilet seat down for the first time.
Yeah.
And I just hear Erica in the living room go, "Whoa!"
What are you doing? Just sitting?
Yeah,
Without
she's
looking?
just walking up.
She's taking you for granted.
Just
all
sit down.
those
Took
years
it for-
of
and
being a good boy.
Yeah. And she was like, and then she's upset. I'm like, I put the toilet seat down 1,000 times in a row, maybe 20,000 times in a row. I don't do it once because my back is in pain.
Right.
And that's my fault. Like,
Yeah.
my percentage is
Look
pretty
where
high.
you're sitting.
Yeah.
What if there's something gross?
I always check for snakes.
I check for spiders underneath the seat.
There was a movie. I can't remember what it was. We were like, it was in the 80s. So we were pretty little at the time. And I remember a snake coming
Yeah.
out of the toilet.
No, me too.
And I still have this visual.
Sometimes I'm sitting
in
there.
my mind.
Have you ever, like, as an adult, have you ever been sitting on the toilet and then just checked? Like, just gotten up just to check to see if there's a snake in there? I have.
Not
Like, within the last week.
Because Eric is not here to
There's a
take care of the snake problem.
It is a strong fear in me. And then once I've convinced myself that there's a snake in, the only way to take care of it is to
flush.
Well, no, I look.
Oh.
Because I don't know if the flush, I don't know how that works. But I have to look just
Yeah.
to assure myself, you're not, I know there's no snake in there. All right, everything's, you're just acting
I still
crazy.
like the foot pedal thing.
I love
Yeah.
I'd love to have a foot pedal if I could get it. Yeah. All right, so we are going to talk about toilets tonight. It's just the way it is.
We said no more potty humor. Man, it's hard to get away from
Here's
it.
the thing. It is like the shared human experience.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
That and death.
Taxes, poop, and death.
That's the one that Benjamin Franklin left out. Don't you think?
Do you think he pooped?
I'll bet he invented toilet thing because he was a big inventor. And if he was doing something.
Yeah, we have the first toilet ever, but that's we'll get to that.
So we speaking of toilet inventions, if Benjamin Franklin was alive today, he might love this thing. It's called the Oilet.
Oilet.
Do you want to preface how we got the Oilet information?
Okay, so I don't know exact names of some people. That guy's name is David
Scott. Look him up on everything.
Brother to Michael Scott?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Cannot confirm
It's
or deny
possible.
that. But somehow this guy got a hold of us on friend of a friend on Twitter. Said, would you please talk about this on the show?
We don't have we don't,
I've never talked to this guy. I don't know who he
Yes.
is. So he sent me information.
and we're supposed to do a commercial for the Oilet.
printed it off. If you use code Lauer Road Radio at checkout,
Go to the checkout. When you buy an Oilet, use code Lauer Road Radio.
yeah,
So first of all, you cannot buy an Oilet.
not yet. It's still under research.
It's still under research. There
R&D.
is a what do they call that when you're trying to raise money? It's a
fundraising.
Yeah, like a
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Except this is so backwoods. It's called mightycause.com. Like it's not even like Kickstarter. He tried probably on Kickstarter, and
They
they're
kicked
like,
him off. Yeah,
no.
we don't do toilet stuff.
Yeah, like we funded,
We're adults here.
We funded Nazis, and
GoFundMe. Yeah, Nazis all day long.
yeah. So anyway, you can go to mightycause.com and help him reach his $5,000 goal. I feel like the number 2 should be in the number. Maybe the $5,002 goal or the
Yeah.
$2,000 goal might be
Yeah.
better. I
Yeah.
don't know. Either way, he's raised zero
So really,
for
go.
0 people, but there's only 1 year left on this. So
Yeah,
you want to
got
get
time.
in.
You got time.
You wanna
I
get
think
in while you
every
can.
one of our listeners ought to donate $2.
If every one of our listeners donates $2,
Don't do the math on that.
I don't need to do the math, but I think he'll do pretty well.
He'd have enough.
I think he would increase infinitely.
Infinitely.
I'm about to donate.
You're about to donate?
I'm about
Go to
donate. Whoa.
mightycause.com.
I don't know what these signs are. These are not dollar signs. Was
No.
that 25? That's not cents.
These
don't know.
are
He's from
pounds.
How many dollars is
Poland?
25 pounds?
Just
I
do
don't
2 pounds.
Jesse's about ready to drop $5,000. He's gonna meet this whole guy's goal.
2
Like,
pounds
that
of
commercial
2
you
pounds
guys
of
did
gold.
really worked.
Yeah, 2 pounds
Yeah.
of gold.
Yeah. So he's gonna like be checking. Just go to mightycause.com. Just check my update. You know. He's like, honey,
I can make it.
somebody named Jesse Shrake just donated $5,000. I almost oiled myself when I saw it.
Okay, so explain what this Oilet is.
So I looked up. There's a YouTube video. You
Okay.
can search it. It's currently got 24 views, 25 because I viewed. So
this is new technology.
it is
by
very
the way.
rudimentary.
Yeah.
It's rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's
the quality of the video or the product.
everything. He MacGyvered this thing.
Okay.
Okay. So
Everybody needs MacGyver.
None of the toilet seat is a lawn chair with a hole that he cut out of it. It's a plastic lawn chair and he cut a hole out of it.
Okay.
So here's the basic premise. If I'm understanding the science,
Just summarize it.
I follow the science. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I always follow the science.
every time.
So if we follow the science, the way that it works is there's a the bucket.
A bucket?
There's a bucket of liquid that you deposit your solids into.
Gotcha.
He had this like a tarp that was like over it, and he wants you to pee on the tarp, and then it like. I guess the
funnels
pee
in?
goes somewhere else or something.
okay.
But your solids, that's so you
So
pull
you got to
the
flip
tarp-
something.
First of all, this whole process was very hands-on in a way that would make me very uncomfortable. An Oilet is a very personal item, apparently.
Okay.
And I don't
Everybody
even
has
touch
their own
that
Oilet.
stuff. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't. It's just a lot of touching of things.
What if on the wall there's like a rack and you grab your tarp?
No,
to
this
use?
is a contraption. This whole thing is giant. So in the bucket is
Well, the first computer ever was the size of a
sure. So
a
you got to
house.
start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I appreciate David Scott, this guy from Poland. I appreciate his ingenuity, his
Yeah.
desire to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
So so the idea is that in the bucket is liquid, and on top of the wall it's water, but then on top is a layer of oil. Hence the Oilet.
Oilet.
Okay?
I gotcha.
And so the oil provides a barrier between the
Poop water.
solid waste
Yeah.
and
The air.
The air, right?
Okay.
And so
Because oil and water separate.
famously. so I'm assuming that it blocks the smell.
Yes.
And that leads into a larger canister. He didn't explain what happens to this stuff like eventually. Like I don't know where this stuff is going.
Well, in the documentation here, he said you can use it for fertilizer.
Okay, well there you go. My favorite part is so he mixed up he rigged up a paint mixer
Okay.
that goes into the tube, and then after you've gone, you go around back behind the Oilet. Like I said, this thing is big. It's
Yeah.
giant. And then you rotate the paint mixer and it creates a slurry is what he called, which
A poop oil
I mean-
slurry.
I when I hear a slurry, I think of like it feels like a food word to me, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he should pick a different word than slurry. So, but it creates a slurry
Yeah.
at which then it can go through the tube.
The
liquid
non-oil.
the
'Cause the
non-oil,
oil
the oil
goes up,
stays on
yeah.
top, and then it goes through the tube, and then I guess you can use it as fertilizer or something like that.
Okay.
And I think now we could have David Scott on the show one day, and he could explain it better than I could. But I think
The point is he needs money.
he needs money to make this thing happen. So
Go to Mighty Cause.
go to mightycause.com.
Search for Oilet.
Search for The Oilet by David Scott. And it's a practical, affordable, and above all, a sanitary substitute for the flush toilet.
Yeah. I guess if there's like a comment section when you donate, do
Yeah.
Lauer Road Radio.
I'm going to be the first to donate.
Okay.
I'm
Do
in the
it.
process currently.
Are you doing $2?
5.
Oh,
I'm going to do $5.
Wow.
Well, €5.
oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's
How
not
much is
pounds,
a euro?
It's euros.
Jesse, you're not going on vacation.
$0.94. So
Okay.
roughly $5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm addressing Lauer Road Radio.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he knows that, you know.
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Now,
That's
let me
the
just be
Oilet.
clear about this. This is not a show donation. This is a Jesse donation.
Yeah, it's coming out of my bank account.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not doing that.
And you posted this on our. No, I'm not. I'm not donating. Listen, I just gave you free advertising. Okay, I'm not donating to this. And you posted this on our social media.
From various places.
Just randomly.
Well, I knew we were going to talk about the Oilet. So I thought, what other technologies exist?
Did you know that in Japan, some high-tech toilets come equipped with built-in bidets, heated seats, and even sound systems that can play music or ambient noise to mask any embarrassing sounds?
Listen, I was on board with that. The whole thing. I'm like, bidets, like
Yeah.
heated seats. This is wonderful. The sound system
Yeah.
to mask sounds?
Uh-huh.
No,
No,
that's
you-
kind of the point of pooping.
Let it-
is
Well,
to just
I think
let
for
it
a-
rip.
A boy's bathroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Girl's bathroom, you might want that ambient noise.
Maybe. I just like.
I like the heated seat.
I feel. I,
don't
love the
like.
heated
I do
seat.
not like a cold seat.
I like, even if it's not masking embarrassing sounds, I feel like there are some sounds
Calming.
that would put me in a better place.
A gentle
yeah.
zen,
Just
like
get you very zen, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, like, "Ah!" like a scream to like, whoa, there it goes. All right.
I think I told you the most crazy poop story.
That's quite a claim.
Yeah, it is.
It,
You
it
know
was.
who you're
it
sitting
was
in a room with?
well.
This is the Michael Jordan of poop stories over here.
I am the goat.
Okay, so maybe it's not the greatest. It's the greatest one that I experienced. So we're in like Toadsuck, Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
We're driving from
Oh, yeah, I know.
Nashville to Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. So we have to stop. The kids have to go potty. They're little at the time.
Yeah.
And
People might not know it to look at you because you're very disheveled, but you are disheveled.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that word means.
You don't care about your appearance very
That
much.
is true, yeah.
But you're also a bit of a germaphobe.
I'm a slight germaphobe.
Yeah.
Which
People-
is weird because you kind of look
you're not
like you're
you
not.
don't put off a germaphobe vibe. You put off a going through the dumpster vibe.
I've done both.
But you keep the hand sanitizer with you.
yeah.
in
I've
order-
washed my hands a lot today.
Yeah.
So anyways, little kids, public bathroom. This is a nightmare.
You don't like it.
I don't like it at all. Now, I know everybody needs germs and everybody ought to lick a dumpster every now and again. I get that. I totally get it. But some of these bathrooms are awful, especially in Toadsuck, Arkansas. So I told my wife, I said, let me run in and check because at least one of the boys had to go dose, right? So it's not
course.
a urinal situation. It's a
And
stall
you're just
situation.
like, are you kidding me? Like, do you
can
really
you
got to
wait to Oklahoma City?
I can't wait. You got to be kidding me.
You can wait 8 hours, right?
There's a Sheetz 20 miles down the road.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Anything other than this Toadsuck public bathroom,
Yes,
like road stop.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. And so I go inside and there's two stalls.
Yeah.
And they were both doors were open.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, great.
All right.
So I look at the first one and it's clean.
All right.
I'm like, this is good.
Okay.
Right?
But maybe the second one's cleaner.
But yeah, I'm going to check the second one because
Of course, you're going to check the second
yeah,
one.
Might as well.
I checked the second one and it was the most poop I'd ever seen in my life. It was everywhere. I mean, I don't know how this happened. I don't think it was like thrown. I think there was just like someone exploded
Sure.
in the bathroom. I mean, this is, I'm not joking. This really happened. There was poop all over the toilet, all over the wall, like literally, like probably an 800-pound person, like the whole everything. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. So
If you're listening to the show and you're not used to listening to the show, this is not the show.
no, we don't ever do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to keep on happening though.
Yeah.
Because we got
Listen,
This is a toilet episode.
you're describing this.
Yeah.
This happened to me,
You did this?
not in Toadsuck, Arkansas.
Oh.
But I did do it
Okay.
on.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I haven't even finished. I haven't even got to the good part yet.
All right.
So I ran outside because now we got a timetable. I've got to get to this clean stall before someone else gets there because I'm not using the other one.
it's like a land rush.
It's a land rush. So I go outside and I grab a boy and we go into the stall.
You're like, and he's like, I'm not the one that has to poop. You'll poop for him.
We're all going to poop. It's a clean stall. So I get the boy in there. He's sitting on the pot. He's doing his thing. And he's taking his time. Whatever. At this point, I'm okay. This is a clean situation. A guy comes in, and I hear him rush in as though he has to poop. Now, there's only two stalls, and we're in the one that's clean, and the door's closed.
You know.
So I hear him pass our stall and look into the dirty stall.
Sure.
And he goes, God!
Yeah.
I'm like, Okay, yeah.
It-
that's a
and
natural
he wasn't
reaction.
using the Lord's name in vain. It was a cry.
It was a cry for help.
to the creator of the universe.
Yes, God
to
help me.
wipe
Yes.
this off the planet.
Yes.
This
So-
is an evil that must
So
not exist.
that guy, he kind of steps out. I think he's got to go somewhere. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere else. 2 minutes later, another guy comes in because it's a different voice, different feet, different everything. He comes in, he passes our stall, looks in the next one, and he goes, Jesus!
Right. And he's a Christian.
And he's a Christian
The
too.
first guy was just a deist,
He might have been a Jew
maybe a Jew.
or a Catholic, maybe. And then the third guy goes, Mary! No.
Really?
No. But it was funny. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, we're having church up in this bathroom
Yeah.
here.
Right.
There's lots of prayer
It's-
happening.
I think it made people probably repent. You know, like, God, is that what my sin looks like to you?
Somebody needed to repent because that was the worst
That was a sign.
thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you once again,
The Oilet.
just do the go to the oilet.com or whatever, and we got this thing about Japan. Jason's telling poop stories, and I wish I could say, I really wish I could say. Now we're going to move on to more adult topics. But just like Jesse, after he's gone to a Chinese buffet, the poop is just going to keep on coming.
It's just, yep. I did go to a Chinese buffet 2 nights ago, and it has been nonstop.
it's brewing.
Listen, it's been brewing. Okay. It's been coming along. But I
feel very uncomfortable. I don't like the poop
well,
talk.
maybe you got to poop.
Okay.
No. So you're talking about how the toilet was disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, one time on Mother's Day, Savannah's only had. We've been
be on Mother's Day.
Yes, we've had Maddox now for almost 7 years, and I've maybe given her one good Mother's Day. Well, on this particular Mother's Day, we went to the mall, and halfway there, it's like an hour drive. I start feeling bad, so we had to pull over. She had to drive. She's like, "We can go home." I said, "No, it's Mother's Day.
This is your
going.
day.
This is your day. We're
She's
going
like,
to the
"But
mall.
I want to go home."
We're gonna spend approximately the $27 that we have, and we're gonna come back home. It's gonna be a good time. And I am like, just my stomach is going. And we pull into the mall, and I'm like, "Babe, you gotta park quick. I gotta get to the bathroom." So I run into the mall.
Yeah.
And you have to go through Sears, which is always kind of confusing. And so I finally get weave in and out of this building and get to the bathroom. And as I pulled pants down, it just
Explode.
Yep. And I started throwing up.
Oh.
And so I'm doing my best. But when I was done,
This story better have some kind of conclusion other than just disgust.
No, it's just gross.
That's
it's
just
gross.
it.
I stood up. Listen, when I was done, I stood up and saw the back of the toilet.
yeah.
And immediately I walked out. I said, "Savannah, we're going to spend our money somewhere else. We got to get out of here."
I think
it
you
was
should
so bad.
Buy some clean clothes at that point.
No, I didn't get any on my clothes.
Oh, okay.
There was some on my shoes, certainly, but it was the worst thing ever. And so when you were describing what you saw,
Okay,
I was
so-
like, I've perpetrated that.
You've contributed.
I have contributed.
Yeah.
I am that guy.
Okay.
But is that worse than just pooping on a sidewalk by a business in a city?
I've done it.
It's all poop all day. I've been there. Yeah.
Because I sent you guys the picture today.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Can we go there?
Okay.
Can we talk about
It's
it?
fine.
We're
Are you
already
ready?
there.
It's
Yeah.
happening.
So today I'm outside washing windows,
As you do.
as I do,
Yeah.
and I'm listening to our last week's episode, and I'm just laughing away. And I look, and right there on the corner of the building, there is poop, definitely poop,
Yeah.
and toilet paper. And I just thought it was funny because we're in a downtown area. This is not,
And
off
so
the beaten
is there
path.
any way this could be dog poop?
You saw the picture.
I did. Yeah.
No. This was human feces. And why would there be toilet paper? Which, first of all,
why is there toilet paper anyways? You're outside.
that's what I wanted to know,
I don't
too.
get this.
But there would definitely not be toilet paper if it was a dog.
No, but if you're a dog, what if he went to go pick up the poop like you should? I don't, but you should.
Okay.
And he had toilet paper with him. And he's trying to pick it up.
It seems highly unlikely. It seems more likely that...
I don't understand. I mean, you got to pick it with something. But maybe he's going to
did
put
he
it in the
just leave
trash
it?
can.
You just leave it?
Well, I leave it. I don't pick up
It
poop.
did not look like dog poop. You saw the picture. And so I washed the windows and I let the people know. I said, hey, I just want to let you know.
Some homeless guy taking dumps out back.
I literally said, there is someone has pooped on your sidewalk.
Did they pay you money to clean it up?
Yeah, so I went and picked it up and I shoved it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And now I've got loose poop in my pocket.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna read this because we referenced this, and we're just gonna work our way through these stories, and then they'll just be done, and then we can talk about
Other stuff.
art.
I
and
have things
politics,
to talk about,
and I don't know, literature.
I've got a great thing about slapping a Baptist.
Listen, Mount Rushmore of
People to slap.
denominations
Yeah.
to slap.
I'm slapping Catholics.
I'd say
I will slap
You
the
immediately go to the
Pope. I will
Catholics?
slap
What
the
they
Pope
ever
right
do?
now.
I don't know.
You want to
I
start?
don't know.
I'm not slapping a Catholic. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but
I don't know if I mean, there's a lot out there, and sometimes I feel like
I mean,
maybe
Methodists
I
all
ought to be
day.
slapped. So I mean, I'm putting myself in that position too, right? So-
Methodist, Baptist, Lutheran, and probably Catholics.
sure.
But the
There it
Catholics are
is.
the George Washington.
The Catholics?
Yeah.
Technically, they probably are. Yeah.
I have a friend that's a Catholic. He's a good guy.
I know a couple people that are Catholic. They're
Yeah.
in pain.
Yeah. Wonder what they say about you, Jesse. Wonder what they say about you.
Okay, read the story.
My
We referenced
family
this last
poops
week.
big. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe it's our diet. But everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old, rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you give me the poop knife?" I thought it was a standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22. It's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your butt and sampling it for an hour. I don't remember this part of the story. I excused myself, and I laid a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one. So I crack the door and call out to my friend. He arrives, and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. WTF is a poop knife. Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. A fecal cleaver. A dung divider. A guano glave. I explain what it is and why I want it. He starts giggling and then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives. It was just my messed up family and their messed up bowels. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and had been using an old... and had been oh my goodness, and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but she used it to open Amazon boxes. She will be getting her own utility knife now. So
That's
there's the
fantastic.
story. It's a wonderful story. And I did not know that it was a thing.
It is a thing. So we have a family member. I'm not going to call them out because I don't want to embarrass them. But they married into the family. So they're not blood.
Sure.
Right? They married into the family. And they have a poop knife.
Really?
Apparently she drops ginormous logs that need to be cut before they go down. And I
didn't know it was a thing.
didn't know it was a thing either.
So there it is. That's the poop knife story. I think we referenced it maybe?
Yeah. You want to hit the Netflix?
Yeah, let's just do the Netflix suggestion of the week.
Netflix, watch these shows of the rules.
Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
This is found on Netflix. I watched it with Teddy 2 or 3 nights ago.
Okay.
The Adam Project. This is with Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen it?
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen it. It's funny.
Yeah, I think it came out like maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago at the
Something
most.
like that.
It's a fairly new movie. And the basic storyline is, as a kid, he gets picked on. Mm-hmm. He's a weakling. Mm-hmm. And lives with his mom. His dad had died many years prior, so he doesn't have a positive male influence in his life, and he's grown up to be a weenie. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, Ryan Reynolds shows up, and apparently this is this kid like 30 years in the future.
Yes, it's time travel.
Time travel. So this guy goes back in time, and he's trying to figure some stuff out. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that the bullying that this little kid had received and getting picked on over the years forced him to grow up to be big and strong. Mm-hmm. So Ryan Reynolds comes back and he's ripped and he's strong and he's a tough guy and everything else. And so this kid's really happy to see he turns out that way. Mm-hmm. Well, one of the scenes, and I think it's a great scene because it's a great truth in life really, is our experiences develop who we are. And if you eliminate those experiences, you never grow through those things. So I thought it was a great story. I really did.
What doesn't kill us only makes us stronger.
For the most part, yes.
Usually.
Not always. Sometimes things actually do kill you.
Or they make you weaker. Like poison.
Like if you drank a bunch of bleach, you could either die.
It wouldn't kill you or make you stronger.
No.
It would make you weaker.
It would make you weaker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So don't drink bleach.
Turns out that doesn't all hold true.
It's not true across the board, but for the most part.
Right.
The idea is resistance builds strength.
What?
Resistance will build strength. Endurance will build strength.
Right.
And these are things that the younger generation do not understand because everything is given to them.
So a movie about a kid without a strong male role model probably really hit home to your boys then too, huh?
Yep. They felt right at home with it.
They're like,
I identify.
Single tier.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. All right. My Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Amazon Prime. And I've been looking for things to watch while my wife is gone that she wouldn't have no interest in watching. Yeah. So I've been watching some historical things, a lot of Antiques Roadshow. Love the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah. Have you watched the Nate Bargatze thing yet?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm still saving it for just the right moment.
Okay.
So, because once you've watched a comedy special, it's just like, all right, I've watched it.
Yeah.
So I've been watching.
There's a couple I don't mind rewatching.
Yeah, there's a couple. A couple. Well, I probably watched the old Bill Cosby one 1,000 times.
It was fantastic.
That was
like the first big one that launched.
That is great.
Feeds us chocolate cake.
So I started. I'm almost done with it, but I watched it at night, and then I get tired, and it requires all of my attention. And I have other things that I could pick for my Netflix suggestion of the week, but I'm really trying to elevate this show. Okay, I'm really trying to pull it out of the toilet, as it were, or the oilet.
Yeah. No, that's the slurry.
The slurry. I want to pull it out of the slurry. See what we're doing? See, it's just so. So it requires a lot of my attention. So the moment I start getting tired, I kind of turn something else on, and then just fall asleep. But it's Henry V with Kenneth Branagh. It's Shakespeare, and it's done in. They've not modernized it. It's about this king and him attacking France and all of the.
It's actual Shakespeare.
It's Shakespeare.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it does require. I have to turn on the subtitles.
Yeah.
Although it's English, it's Shakespeare.
It's Old English.
So I have to like really focus on it, and so it takes all of my attention. It's really well done.
Yeah.
Like I think as far as like an entrance into Shakespeare, this would be a good thing because you have really good actors who are doing it correctly, so they're saying the lines in a way that makes sense. You can read along with it. You're watching stuff happen, so context clues. Even if there's 4 or 5 lines that go by, they're like, I don't really know what they just said.
Yeah.
You're still like
You pick
watching
up
it
on it,
happen.
yeah.
The tone of voice. You're
Can
like,
I just say,
they're-
I hated reading Shakespeare in high school.
Yeah.
I hated it because I didn't get it. I still don't get it.
Sure.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
I'll
It
watch
is.
the movie.
It's work,
Yeah.
but if you force yourself,
Yeah.
there's a payoff.
To get through.
It's like
doesn't kill you.
It's like anything.
Yeah.
That's like you develop a taste for it, right? So like good coffee, right?
Yeah. Well, like British, I love British humor.
Sure.
Any British comedy, I'm on board with.
Sure. You're a
Have
big
you seen
fan
the-
of Mr. Bean.
No, not Mr. Bean.
Oh, no.
Have you seen the Clunk
What's the guy that
or
is
the
fast?
the Cluck thing on Netflix?
Kunk.
Kunk. Have you seen
Philomena
that?
Kunk. Have you watched it?
No, I saw like a preview for it.
Man, she's funny.
I know. I saw the preview for it.
Yeah,
and
she's-
I actually hit play and I watched 30 seconds of it. I'm like, this is hilarious.
She's really funny.
and I had to stop because I was waiting for my wife because she's gonna love it.
It's and normally I don't think women are funny. Not. Wait a minute. Let me clarify. I'm sorry. I know that came up. It's because they're women that I. So
Well, on the scale of
it's because they're not men, so they
Yes.
how could they be funny? I don't
Right.
understand. But she is really funny.
she's
oh my
hilarious.
goodness.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
she's hilarious.
She's her name's Philomena Kunk, Cunk.
Yeah.
And she does these like history documentaries, like British, the history of the British world or things like that. And she interviews like actual experts. Like some of the people that she's interviewing, I've seen interviewed on
Like it
Sirius.
looks like a Matt Walsh documentary.
It's done really well, like high quality. And she interviews actual historians and she asks them these ridiculous questions. She's really
she's
funny.
dead faced when she
Oh
does
my
it.
goodness!
Yeah, it's fantastic.
She's great. I actually discovered her on YouTube. A lot of these are on YouTube. Like
Okay.
I don't know, months ago,
Yeah.
and then somehow Netflix picked it up or whatever. So they're probably better to watch on Netflix because
Yeah.
anything on YouTube, it's like
No, that's
somebody
that's
posted it.
in my queue. I'm ready to watch that next.
It's Shelby will think it's funny. It's man, she's just like legitimately like
Yeah,
very
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
And the writing, I don't know. I mean, I guess that she's probably not doing the writing, but
Because she's a girl.
She's a woman.
yeah. So she's delivered it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
but-
a room full of guys wrote it.
yeah, like yes, and she's just like the man makes the baby and the woman delivers it.
Which really, what's more impressive, making or delivering?
I mean,
making.
that baby was coming out no matter what. You know what I mean? You couldn't keep it in. So, like, I don't know. It's like, congratulations, you know? Like,
You made it.
I mean, the baby really did most of the work there, I think. So, no, she's legitimately very funny.
Yeah.
And
So what's your suggestion?
Henry V.
Oh yeah, the Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Jean-Luc Picard did Shakespeare.
Well, yes, all English actors do, but like most actors do. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, basically any actor that you see, other than maybe like The Rock or Vin Diesel, at some point they've done Shakespeare. This has young Christian Bale in it. Child Christian Bale is Henry V.
Okay. So it's old.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into the Fast and Furious?
No.
Okay. I never did either. My kids, a couple of my kids, not Harrison, a couple of my kids are fascinated by cars. We're
Yeah.
driving down the road. They say, "Oh, is that a TRX 59 too?" I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I love a TRX 59 too.
I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. I'm not a car guy. But my kids,
Me neither.
They found it on YouTube and they figured this stuff out, whatever. So I think I might watch it with them. There's like 10 of them. And I'm like, I really don't care. But I heard Tim Pool, who I'm becoming a larger fan of his show. I didn't know when I first started, but the more I watch him, I really do like him. But apparently he really likes the Fast and Furious.
There are people out there that it's like a weird guilty pleasure. Like
Yeah.
they're intelligent, successful people.
Yeah.
And they love Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I don't get it. I
don't
really
know.
don't
the
get
same
it.
people that like Nickelback.
Is it probably? Is it like
This Venn
me?
diagram there.
Is it like how like we love like Rocky IV? Do you think it's kind of like that?
Rocky IV is fantastic.
It holds up. You know what? That was a ridiculous thing.
Ivan
to say.
Drago? Come
I'm
on.
like Shakespeare, Rocky IV. I don't know.
So anyways, so Tim Pool made this suggestion, and I think they need to do this with the franchise. Although I've never seen it, so I don't know. they've done like 10 movies. He said movie 10 or 11 or whatever's next, he said there needs to be like a solar flare where all of these people get superpowers and turn it into like a superhero franchise.
I think, isn't that the thing about Fast and Furious? Like, it's like ridiculous things happen all the time.
Well, I think it started off, I don't know because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I think it started off just like a normal street race, like two guys racing.
But then it just amped it up.
It just
more
amped it up.
And now they're like jumping,
Tokyo Drift Racer.
jumping the
I'm pretty
Atlantic
sure
Ocean.
one of them is in space too.
Yeah.
Well, I
Driving
don't know.
a car in space.
On the moon?
I think
A moon car?
Yeah.
Peeling out on the moon. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Enough to make me a Fast and Furious fan.
They should make an animated movie of it. That should be the next one. Except
The
call
Fast
it
and
The
Furious.
Fast and the Furious. And it's
They're all animals.
Animals.
I
They're
like it.
furry.
Yeah.
That writes itself.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some things. Do you have a thing?
Yeah.
Jesse, did
I
you
don't
have a
know.
Well,
thing?
yeah, I do.
Is
Stop.
it
Did you
poop
know?
related?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's poop knife related. So, as you guys were talking, I researched and I found one survey online that
Yeah.
reports that 37.5% of people surveyed do have a poop knife.
What?
Yeah, 37.5%.
That's
Well, apparently, and he sent the
That's
link. Apparently,
very-
you can buy one on Amazon.
Yep, you can buy a
So-
poop knife on Amazon.
that is strikingly high. I would have never guessed
No.
37%.
I don't know how many people were surveyed, and it's only the survey was in this article,
Yeah.
and the other options were no, I do not. I really regret reading this article.
Yeah.
And something else, and so it's not even 37.5 out of 100. Like,
Okay.
The definition, or the
Yeah.
poop knife here, it says strong metal core, ultimate poop cutting power, hygienic silicone, easy to clean, dishwasher safe.
I'm sorry. I'm not putting that in the dishwasher.
Maybe it's dishwasher safe, but I don't know that my dishwasher is poop knife safe. So I don't think so.
I don't think I'm
That's
putting
not
that-
happening.
I'm not putting the poop knife in
I
my
think
dishwasher.
after you flush it, then you just kind of
swirl it.
you just do one of those.
The Bob Ross.
all over the bathroom, right near the sink.
Maybe just like a maybe. I mean, I can't imagine it has to be that sharp, right? Like, could just like a popsicle stick do it, and you just throw it away when you're done?
Like a disposable
Just have
poop
a
knife.
just a bunch of
Well, like,
I
what
want
if you
the
go out to...
sharpest possible poop knife? I want that to just glide through there like butter.
glide through.
What if you just kept your old plastic
I
knives from-
really thought
like
I was
takeout?
pulling us out of the.
No.
What's the thing you want to talk about?
I mean, I've got things. I don't know. There's a bunch of UFOs everywhere.
Always, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing different about
Dan
that.
and I saw one once.
Yeah, we did see
together.
one.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it was a real bonding experience. It's
Well, we
Did you
were
really
kind
see
of
a
like-
UFO?
Here's what happened. It was after the show one day, and we were standing outside at the old studio talking at night. We were talking for like 2 hours and having this super deep discussion. And all of a sudden, this UFO flies by, straight up like never seen anything like this before. Like, what the heck was that? I'm with Jesse.
Yeah.
We look at each other like we saw.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
100%. Dan
How
has
come
it
I've
on
never
video.
heard this?
I have a video of it, and because I immediately get it out because like this thing is unbelievable. It's moving crazy fast.
Yeah.
It's super long. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It
Is
doesn't.
it the Elon Musk
Yes.
Starlink? Okay.
Then we
ended
find
up-
out.
Yeah.
But in that moment, Jesse and I are like, we're looking at each other like, I'm like, what? Like, are we? Should we kiss now? I don't know.
And we did. And then we decided after we kissed that we shouldn't have kissed. And it made the whole situation really weird.
No wonder I'd never heard of this story.
What?
That makes a lot of sense now. I thought immediately you would have told me this story. Hey, we saw a UFO. Oh, and Jesse and I kissed. I mean, that's not part of the story. It's just a byproduct of what really happened. Emotions were running very high.
I mean, he suggested it
My
so
inner
quickly.
self really came
It's like
out.
you went there quick, Jesse. No,
It's the end of the world.
I mean, just because I'm not like no. I mean, but it was a weird.
Did you
like,
kiss back?
It was.
Was it just
I'm
a
not
receipt?
I'm not a monster.
You just didn't receive
Yeah.
it. You
I'm an accommodating person. You know.
reciprocated the kiss.
No,
Okay.
it was a weird bonding because we were like going from there like life is different now.
Yeah.
You know, like
We seriously like
aliens exist. And then I went home and started doing some research, and then about 20 minutes later I sent him a picture
Yeah.
of the Starlink thing. But if you didn't know what it was
Yeah.
and it flew by, I mean,
or if you didn't have internet.
Yeah.
Like if you couldn't research
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
like
yeah.
these Aborigines people that that haven't had contact with civilization, and they see that thing go by.
Yeah.
That's
I've seen it. Okay, so there's a lot of things that we're so out of time, but there's something that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so this Starlink, supposedly it covers the entire planet for
Yeah, and I
internet.
have T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has a deal with
Starlink?
Elon Musk for Starlink. So
Okay, but
when it
how does this
happens-
work? When there's when there's a line of satellites
Yeah.
goes streaking across the sky and it disappears.
Yeah.
Does my internet go away?
No, there's going to be so many up there.
It's just going to be a ring of.
Basically, you'll always have one within somehow range of your phone,
So the whole sky will be
lit up.
lit up with Elon Musk star.
yes.
every time
satellites.
Dan and I go outside at night, we have to kiss them.
This
For
guy,
the 10th time. It's just Elon's thing, but fine, whatever.
Oh my goodness,
Dan, I'm scared. Hold me. Hold me close.
Oh my goodness, this was Jason,
I'm sorry.
You
Listen.
texted the
Yeah.
group earlier today.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, listen, I want today to be a good show.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring my very best.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm thinking if we
Well,
could
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to just touch. on
maybe
the
this
poop
could
thing.
be a pay per episode where we just like the poop episode. Do you want to pay for it? You know,
So most people won't watch.
Pay $2 for the poop episode,
And we give it to the Oilet.
and we'll give it all the proceeds will go to the Oilet.
When I got that text, I saw the poop, and I was like, it's gonna be a great episode.
I didn't want to do it.
No, neither did I.
What's this guy's name?
Dennis Scott.
Dennis-
David Scott.
David
Scott.
Dennis Scott used to
David
play.
made me do it.
Didn't Dennis Scott play with Scott Skiles on
I
the?
thought he was a comedian on SNL.
Dennis Scott.
Oh, it's Dennis Miller.
That's Dennis Miller.
He's fantastic.
I love Dennis Miller.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Think he has a poop
he's
mouth?
awesome.
I don't know if he does. Does he?
Probably.
No, he doesn't.
There's like 37% chance.
All right.
So you just walk into Walmart and 1 out of every 3 people's cutting their poop.
Yeah.
According to the survey.
I don't
yeah.
believe it. I
bet-
don't believe
I'll
it.
bet it's higher in Marion.
Oh.
Don't you think?
Last time I
Yeah.
walked into Walmart,
It might
someone
be-
was on one of the scooters. I've never heard a scooter breathe that hard.
It might be 2 out of every 3. All right. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo, boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
9.